Hey y'all, today I'm going to talk about Shopify's customer segment template extensions. Say that 5 times fast. I'm going to show you what these extensions are, how they integrate with Shopify's admin action extensions, and how you can use these extensions to build new unique apps or extend your existing apps functionality. In Shopify, customer segments are just a way to take your large pool of customer data and organize it into smaller groups. Once you have these smaller groups or segments defined, you can use them to conduct marketing activities, learn more about the behavior of customers that are part of these segments, or access information that is common across these customers to help inform your business decisions. Customer segment template extensions allow you to predefine queries that can be used by merchants to define new segments in their customer data. You can then use Shopify's admin action extensions to run a custom action on all customers within your unique segment. Now let's take a look at what customer segment template extensions look like. I'm going to quickly show you how you can build your own customer segment template extension and integrate with an admin action extension so you can run custom actions on all customers in a segment. So I'm here in the admin of one of my development stores. I'm just going to click on the customers tab. I already have the filter box open, so I can just click on templates, and I see some predefined templates that Shopify has provided for me. I want to go ahead and add my own custom template, and I'm going to use the Shopify CLI and the extension to do it. So I'm just going to go ahead and create a new Shopify CLI app. I'll give it the default name, Synergistic Sponsorship App. And I selected the extension only app template, not the remix template. My app is just going to have my customer segment template extension and an admin action extension. So I don't need the remix template at all. And once this app is done setting up, I will go ahead and generate my first extension. It's pretty speedy. Just going to change directories into my app and then go ahead and generate my extension right away. I'm going to select my partner's organization. I am going to create this as a new app in the partner's dashboard, giving it the default name again. And finally, I will choose the customer segment template extension type. Give it the default name, and I will select JavaScript React as my language of choice. Great. I'm going to go ahead and start this app and show you what it looks like in my dev store. Select my dev store here. I'm going to copy this preview URL just because Chrome isn't my default browser. Paste it in here. I'm going to select my app link so I can install my app on my store first. Click install, and we're good to go. So now if I go back to my customers page, click on templates, I can see I have my app's custom template here. It is a first-time customers who bought specific products template. So it gives me the name, a description, a preview of the query, and then I can actually click use this template to apply it as a filter on my customers. So in this case, this query needs me, a merchant, to select products that I am filtering on. So I'm just going to go ahead and select the complete snowboard. Say it was purchased and apply this as a filter. So now this is a filter that's being applied to my customers who have made a single order and have purchased the complete snowboard. I can go ahead and save this as a segment if I want. So I will just call this single purchase complete board and save it as a segment. I'm going to go and take a peek at the code that was used to generate that template. Just flip over to my local editor and open up my project. And in this project, I have an extensions folder. There is my customer segment template. And inside, it looks like a typical Shopify extension. I have my Shopify extension TOML file that I can use to edit settings for this extension. There is a package.json file. There is a locales folder, so internationalization is built in. And in the source folder, I have my customer segment template component already set up. So this component, it's pretty simple. It has a title and description that were displayed in the drawer that slides out. There's a created on, which is a date field. You probably don't want to set this to just new date because then the created on field will always be the current date, just a heads up. And finally, by default, there is a query and query to insert fields. So these fields are different because the query field is shown in the drawer. So it's that preview query you see when you open up that templates drawer. Query to insert is what's actually added into the filter box on the customer page. So in my case, when I went through my example, I as a merchant needed to select products that were being added to my filter before I could actually create my segment. So query to insert doesn't actually include product IDs. If you notice here, it doesn't include product IDs. I need to enter that as a merchant so I can actually create my segment. So that's the difference between the query and query to insert properties. I've already gone ahead and created my segment. So let's flip back to my segment here. So now this segment is created. Any new customers that also fit this filter will be added here. If I want to run an action on all customers in this segment, I can go ahead and click this Use Segment button. So by default, there is an email or discount action provided. I'm going to use an admin action extension so I can run custom actions on customers in this segment. So let's take a look at how to do that. I'm going to go back to my CLI app. I'm going to stop it from running for a second here. And I'm going to go ahead and generate another new extension. So I'm going to select the admin action extension here, give it the default name, JavaScript React again. And that's perfect. So before I actually start my app running, I am going to go take a look at my admin action extension here in my project. You can see it has been added. Once again, there is a TOML file. I do need to make a change in this TOML file. I need to set the target to the customer segment details.action.render. Paste that in here in the TOML file. I also need to make that change in the action extension code itself in the target property. So I will just replace this, and there we go. And now this action extension will be rendered when I click that Use Segment button. I am just going to delete some code here. By default, this action extension runs on the product page, so there's just trying to fetch some product data. I'm just going to remove all that. Looks good now. My actual extension will only be a block of text, but that's okay for a demo. I'll restart my app. Great, it's running. So now if I go ahead and refresh my page, this is still on my segment. When I click Use Segment, I can see that my admin action extension is here. And I can now grab customer data as input into this extension. It'll give me the segment ID. I can use a request right to Shopify's admin API inside my extension to grab the list of customers and then run some custom logic, some custom action on all customers within this segment. That could be something like sending an email, sending discount codes, sending a text message, whatever you want to do across all of the customers within this segment, you can do it. One more quick note, you can add multiple customer segment templates to a single extension. So right here, I just have the single default template. I am just going to go ahead and copy paste this so that I have two. Make sure it is valid React. And now if I flip back, refresh my page, go back to my app, you can see I have two templates available for merchants to use. So that's how you can go ahead and add multiple templates to the same extension. Finally, I'm just going to show you a quick example of an app I threw together using customer segment templates and admin action extensions. I actually just extended one of my existing apps. So here I'm in my checkout. I have a post-purchase upsell extension working. So I can go ahead as a customer checkout. I get an offer. If I accept this offer, I'm tagging this customer with a special tag, and then I'm going to use that customer tag to actually create a new segment. So Carl went through the checkout. He accepted the umbrella offer because he had a rain boots and raincoat in his cart. He was offered an umbrella. So now I can actually go back to my admin as a merchant. I can go ahead and add a custom filter. You see, as a template, we have customer tags contains upsell accept, which was added to the customer as part of that post-purchase extension. I can use this template, apply it as a filter. So you see that 2 people have accepted an upsell offer. I can go ahead and create this segment, upsell, press save, and then I can go ahead and click use segment, and I have an admin extension that is allowing me to select a discount code that I then send to all customers within this segment. And I'm using Gadget to power that back-end operation. That was a quick peek at Shopify's customer segment template extensions. If you have any questions, I do encourage you to go through Shopify's documentation. They do have a couple of great tutorials that walk through setting up the customer segment extension, as well as integrating the admin action extension. If you want to get in contact with me, the best place to do that is on the Gadget Developers Discord server, where I'm always happy to answer any questions about Shopify extensions or Gadget. Until next time, I do hope you keep building more and coding less with Gadget.